Have you ever found yourself crying over a movie, a song, or even a single line of text? Maybe a scene touched something deep inside you, or a lyric echoed an emotion you couldn't quite express. If so, you might have wondered, am I too sensitive? But what if those tears are not a sign of weakness, but of something powerful and profound? What you're feeling is more than just emotion. It's your soul awakening. Those tears are not random. They're a spiritual response, a release of energy that words alone can't convey. Crying is not just about sadness or joy. It's your soul's way of cleansing itself. Each tear carries away negative energy, making room for light, peace, and healing. The more freely you cry, the more you allow your spirit to be renewed and purified. Instead of hiding your emotions, consider them a gift. They show your capacity to connect, to feel, and to heal. In a world that often praises emotional control, your tears are proof that your soul is alive, awake, and beautifully human. Let's explore what these moments of deep emotion really say about you, and why they might be the most honest parts of your existence. Number 1. Kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion are often misunderstood as signs of vulnerability or weakness. In reality, they are profound strengths that reflect a deep emotional and spiritual maturity. People who cry easily often embody these qualities, not because they are fragile, but because they feel deeply and care deeply. Their tears are not for themselves alone, but for the pain, joy, and struggles of others. They are the ones who will offer a comforting word to a stranger, stand beside a friend during difficult times, or go out of their way to help without expecting anything in return. At the heart of kindness is empathy, the ability to put oneself in another's shoes. Compassion goes even further. It is empathy in action. It drives a person to not just feel someone else's pain, but to do something about it. Those who cry easily often carry this emotional burden because they can't turn away from suffering. They absorb the emotions around them, making them naturally nurturing and supportive individuals. This kind of emotional sensitivity often makes people targets for criticism or misunderstanding. Others might say they're too soft or overly emotional, but in truth, their ability to feel so deeply is a gift. It allows them to connect with others in ways that go beyond words. Their presence is comforting, their words healing, and their actions sincere. Even when they are hurt or betrayed, they continue to show kindness, not out of naivety, but out of an unwavering belief in the goodness that still exists in the world. What makes this trait even more powerful is that it endures. Kind-hearted and compassionate people often give without keeping score. They don't help to be praised or noticed. They do it because it's who they are at their core. Even in the face of pain, they choose love over resentment, understanding over judgment, and hope over cynicism. This kind of emotional strength is rare. It's easy to be kind when life is smooth, but choosing compassion in moments of hardship reveals a true depth of character. So if you find yourself crying over a beautiful moment, a sad story, or someone else's pain, know this: it's not a flaw. It's a sign that your soul is alive, open, and connected to the world in a deeply meaningful way. That is not weakness. It's extraordinary strength. Number 2. Sensitive soul. Having a sensitive soul means experiencing life on a deeper, more intense level. It's not just about reacting emotionally. It's about perceiving the world in ways that others often miss. People with sensitive souls can walk into a room and instantly sense the mood, pick up on someone's hidden sadness behind a smile, or feel the weight of emotions in a piece of music or art. This heightened emotional awareness is both a gift and a challenge, often leading them to cry more easily, not just for themselves, but for the world around them. A sensitive soul hears what isn't said, feels what others try to hide, and carries a deep inner world that few can truly understand. They often experience joy and beauty more profoundly, but are also deeply affected by pain, injustice, or cruelty. A simple word, glance, or moment can touch them so deeply that it lingers in their heart long after others have moved on. This emotional depth can make them seem distant or overly emotional to those who don't understand, but in truth, they're simply processing more than most. Yet, sensitive souls often hide their own emotions. While they openly feel others' pain, They bury their own struggles, not wanting to burden anyone or appear weak. They are the silent caretakers, the ones who smile through their sorrow and give love even when their own hearts are breaking. This inner contradiction, feeling so much yet keeping so much inside, can be exhausting, but it also shapes them into deeply compassionate, understanding people. Their heightened empathy and intuition allow them to forge deep, meaningful connections with others. They are the friends who truly listen, the partners who sense when something is wrong without being told, and the creators who turn emotion into art, words, or music that speaks to the souls of others. Being a sensitive soul is not about fragility, it's about depth. It's the ability to feel what others overlook, and to see beauty in places most don't even think to look. It can be overwhelming at times, but it's also what makes these individuals uniquely powerful. Their tears are not signs of weakness, but proof of their profound connection to life, love, and humanity. In a world that often values toughness, a sensitive soul is a quiet force of truth and beauty. Number 3. Carefree facade. People who appear carefree on the outside but cry in solitude often carry a quiet strength that few recognize. They're the ones who laugh the loudest, light up a room with their energy, and seem effortlessly happy to those around them. But behind that bright smile often lies a depth of emotion, hidden struggles, and unspoken pain. This carefree facade isn't about being fake, it's a protective shield, a way to keep going in a world that doesn't always understand or make room for vulnerability. These individuals are often deeply emotional, but they choose not to show it openly. They've learned to wear a mask of lightness because they don't want to burden others or be seen as too much. They might be the ones who crack jokes when things get tough, or change the subject when the conversation gets too heavy, not because they don't feel, but because they feel everything too deeply. Smiling is their way of coping, and laughter is sometimes the only thing that holds them together. Underneath that easygoing exterior, they form intense emotional bonds. They care more than they let on, remember small details about the people. They love and silently carry others' pain as if it were their own. They may seem laid back, but they are some of the most emotionally loyal and intuitive people you'll ever meet. They just don't always know how to express their vulnerability, or fear it won't be received with the same care they give to others. At night, when the world is quiet and no one is watching, they often allow their true emotions to surface. This is when they cry, reflect, and feel the weight of everything they've been holding in. They may write, listen to music, or simply lie awake with a mind full of unspoken thoughts. These private moments are not weakness, they are necessary. It's how they maintain their outer strength. The carefree facade is not a lie. It's a survival skill. It's a way to keep going, to protect a tender heart in a harsh world. If you've ever smiled while hiding pain, or helped others while quietly struggling yourself, know this: your ability to carry both joy and sorrow makes you incredibly resilient. You are not pretending. You are balancing the world with grace. If you find yourself crying easily, feeling deeply, or hiding your pain behind a smile, know that these are not flaws. They are signs of a beautifully awakened soul. Your kindness, sensitivity, and strength beneath the surface reveal a depth that many never reach. In a world that often values emotional restraint, your ability to feel and care is a rare and powerful gift. Your tears are not weakness. They are the soul's way of staying alive, open, and true. Embrace who you are. You are not ordinary. You are deeply human, profoundly connected, and quietly extraordinary.